everybody. So let's shift my focus on the NFL and your Giants. Um, Giants fans, do not do not get comfortable with Russell Wilson. Okay, um, he's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Um, he'll probably be first Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. But do not fall in love. Do not fall in love with Russell Wilson. Like he will say and do all the right things, but there is games where he will make you scratch your head like, why would you even attempt that? You know? Because his mind goes so fast. It's like one of those car salesmen, right? Like, you know how car salesmen, that's their job is to sell cars, you know, and if they don't sell cars, they don't make money, they don't make a profit. That's who Russell Wilson is. Like, he'll say and do all the right things, but at the end of the day, if that car is sold, he makes no money. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an analogy type where his years with the Steelers was the worst. His years with Denver didn't click. Even though with the Steelers he was like what 6-2, but there were some games where he like why would you even attempt that? You know, like and that's the thing with Giants fans. You know, like they're so quickly to fall in love with a player and not knowing that dang this player is washed up. You know, like I can see why he signed a 1-year deal with us. So if things go south, he's good. You know, after that year, he can just up and leave and probably retire because I don't see him playing for another team. And there's gonna be games where he, you know, wows you with his arm strength, where he doesn't have the speed that he once had, but he could still run. You know. But again, do not fall for his pokey dunk. You know, it's kind of like how Joe Judge was. You know, like you remember Joe Judge? He came here and said all the right things, and you know, but his coaching method was not good. You know, but then again, he was a special teams head coach. So, I mean, what you expect? Um, but I do believe that he still has a lot left in the tank, and um, he won't be as bad as he was that with the Steelers. I mean, with the Broncos. I mean, I think he had his worst season with the Broncos, and then he kind of bounced back against the Steelers. So, I mean, he kind of reminds me of one named Kurt Warner. You know, you remember Kurt Warner came here, won one Super Bowl, and you know he stunk it up a little bit, and then you know, obviously Tom Coughlin pulled the plug and said, okay, we're gonna put the rookie in, we're gonna put Eli Manning in, and he rode with him ever since. I think that similar situation is going to occur. But then again, you have Jameis Winston. So, like, is Brian Dable is going to overlook Jameis Winston and just put the rookie in. Because what's going to happen is Darce is going to play in the preseason, right? Like, let's say he wows everybody. Let's say he goes for 5 for 81 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 3 sacks. But he showed grit. He showed leadership. You know what I'm saying? Because like, this is Dable's guy now. You know, Daniel Jones obviously wasn't Dable's guy. You know, they were stuck with him because they had no alternative choice but to stick with him, you know? And they was not going to wait. Like, they overpaid him, you know, because of that one playoff game against the Vikings, even though that same year the Vikings beat us in the regular season. We got them back in the postseason. But because Daniel Jones won that game, they paid him. Instead of just franchise tagging him, they paid him. So we was going to be stuck with Daniel Jones for the next 3 or 2 years. The Giants said, you know what, it's not even worth it. So they released him. I guess he demanded his release. They released him, freed up some cap space, freed up some money, and then the rest was history. But I mean, I'm not saying Russell Wilson's going to have a bad year, but he's going to have some stinkers. You know, he's going to revert back to what he was doing in Denver, you know, because him and Sean Payton did not click whatsoever. I don't know what it was, you know. Like, I think he had his worst game with the Broncos. Now, again, when he went to the Steelers, he kind of, you know, bounced back a little bit, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, actually, I do know. For me, it's hard to tell the quarterback not to make mistakes, not to throw interceptions, because obviously they're going to throw interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go a game without throwing an interception. You know, like, you're going to throw at least 1 or 2 interceptions. Just don't let it be, like, in the crucial moments. You know, like, you can let it be in the first, second, third quarter, but don't let it be in the fourth or overtime. You know, because I made that mistake as well. You know, like, I used to play Madden, I used to be mistake-free. You know, like, if I know I'm going to throw an interception, I throw it away. But sometimes they'll call intentional grounding, or I just throw it in the feet on the dirt, or I just, like, chicken arm it, you know. Like, I just throw it, but don't throw it too far so the defender won't pick it off. But, you know, you're bound to throw an interception in the game. When? I don't know. That's why I always throw interception whenever I can, or whenever I can, but not in the crucial moments. You know, like, I might throw 3 picks in the first quarter, but I don't throw any in the fourth or overtime. But yeah, man, just don't let Russell Wilson fool you. You know, I mean, like I said, he'll say all the right things, he'll do all the right things, but there's gonna be moments. There's gonna be moments where, you know, like, why would you even attempt that? Why would you even throw that? You know, because his mind is very sharp. You know, like, he's one of those. He's one of those quick learners. You know, like, he'll get things on the fly. You know, but again, he'll always resort back to his old ways. You know, just like how that Super Bowl. Now, I don't know who call it was to pass that, because I'm pretty sure if it was Russell Wilson's idea, he would have ran it. Now, if you go back and look at that same Super Bowl against the Patriots, they actually stuffed Marshawn Lynch. I think it was in the second or third quarter. They was at the goal line. They ran it. They stuffed them 3 times, and then they had to kick a field goal. So in their mind, they're thinking that, damn, as good as Marshawn Lynch is, we don't want to jeopardize, the risk of him fumbling, getting those extra yards or him getting stuffed. So we'll just do a little quick slant, and they picked it off. Few kneel downs, the game was over. Now a lot of people can blame Russell Wilson, but maybe it was Pete Carroll's idea. Because again, he is the play caller. Actually, he could be both, but I mean, even Marshawn Lynch said it was like the dumbest mistake, like you had me in the backfield, like I didn't even fumble all year. Like I know they stopped me before in the goal line, but just give it to me, But they did it. So people can blame Russell Wilson for throwing that pick, but again, he doesn't call the shots. Whatever play that is in his playbook, is in his sheet, he has to go by. Simple as that. I mean, he can audible it if he wants to. But I think that's when you get like a little bit older in the league. Like if you're a vet, like you can change it. But I think he was in his fourth, fifth year at the time, sixth, seventh, eighth year. So yeah, Russell Wilson, he'll make a great car salesman. Like he'll talk your ears off. He'll say all the right things, do all the right things, but at the end of the day, if that car isn't sold, he ain't making nothing, And I think that's what I get from him is he sometimes he sometimes contradicts himself, like I think sometimes his mind is moving faster than his body, and it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I think around 2012 we should have drafted him, but again, because he was in that same 2012 draft class when we came off the Super Bowl win, but look how far he fell, So it's not like the Giants was looking to replace Eli, and how long, like Russell Wilson didn't even get a shot, to be honest with you, because look how long Eli Manning played, like the only time you'll probably get an opportunity if it's a blowout, which the Giants barely blow teams out, or if it's in the preseason. So I just say don't fall for Russell Wilson's tactics. Like he may seem nice, he may come off as nice, but there's still that light bulb that isn't bright up there. Like he'll still make mistakes. Um, but again, I'm glad to have him on. I wish he if there's one place to resurrect your career, why not here? I mean, but you never know. You never know. Maybe Russell Wilson good days are behind him. But we'll see.